It's that time of year again. How do I make money in 2021? That's 2022. Passive income, my dear. I'm broke, help. So today I'm going to go over some ways to make passive income and how to make more money in 2022 without you having to actually be an influencer or sell pics on OnlyFans. Hello there guys, and welcome to The Break platform. My name is Patricia Bright and I'm trying to help you make those money moves. So a lot of people ask me about how to make more money, and I saw this comment. Okay, but Patricia, can you stop giving us side hustles and extra incomes that don't involve us being a popular influencer or already being wealthy? And I thought this is a really valid point, because I know that there are everyday people, and I consider myself an everyday person, but I understand I have a platform, but everyday gals and guys who want to make some additional money, maybe to make the ends meet, maybe to go on a holiday, maybe to buy a handbag, maybe to give to someone that's important to them, maybe it's to pay their school fees, but they don't necessarily want to put themselves out there to the public eye to be eaten alive. So I wanted to give you some practical ways that you can make some additional money, not necessarily passive income, but additional income through side hustles and gigs that don't need you to have a big profile or to be famous. And what's really interesting is that I've had lots of people who've come into my life recently who I know are doing side gigs and are doing pretty well. And I look at them, I'm like, yes girl, do your thing. And I love it that they are low key. You won't know who they are, but they're raking it in. They're raking it in. They're doing all right. Before we get into it, I want you to understand that side hustles will require you to exchange your time for the additional money. And so what you want to do is to be able to make the most out of the time that you're having to spend on these side hustles, and you want to make sure that you have enough time to be able to do those. You really want to think, are you able to be happy and excited while you're doing these things, because it is going to be a commitment. Some things you want to do is put a number in place. How much do you want to make from an extra side hustle? That will give you a target and a goal. And if you have a target and a goal, you are more likely to achieve it. How much time can you make a commitment to? If you have college or university or a job or a family, you can't give 10 hours a day to doing this side hustle. And what are going to be the costs associated with making this happen? Do you have some money to kind of invest into the concept, so maybe it ends up becoming a more passive, or are you broke and you're like, I just need a couple of extra $100? If that is the case, this is still gonna be for you. So the first side hustle that I really like, which actually I think is pretty passive, is actually renting out something that you already have. And nowadays, the resale market and the rental market is booming. And if you are someone who's already got certain things, and that might be a car, and that could be a parking space, or that could be an expensive dress that you wore to prom like 4 years ago, or it could be a pair of designer shoes that you invested in that you're like, oh, maybe I can't afford these anymore. If you have something, you can actually put this up on multiple different websites and rent it out to others to use. If you don't need your car all the time and you're not using it, or you can't afford to drive it, why not rent it out to someone else who needs it? If you have a dress that is sitting in the closet and is gathering dust, but you know it's expensive, why not put it on a website such as Vestiaire or some of the other rental platforms that allow you to send your clothing in, let a few other people wear it, and you make the money from renting out the stuff that you're not using already. That is pretty passive and actually doesn't take any of your time. So for renting out something you already own, you can make anywhere between £13 to £50 a day, but really the sky's the limit depending on the value of the thing that you are renting out. You could even rent out your home or a spare room and make £100 to £200 a day on stuff like that. So the next thing you can do is basically sell these hands. It might mean that you get down and dirty, but I think that nowadays people really appreciate the convenience of saving time or outsourcing tasks that they are not able to do. And that might be because they're working really busy jobs, so they can't clean up, they can't get their laundry done, they can't build an IKEA wardrobe, they can't organize. Are you able to come in and be a professional organizer or professional cleaner or someone who likes to do laundry? And what I I think about these tasks nowadays is that they are hot commodity. I have an amazing cleaner / organizer who literally loves organizing my stuff. And she's like, you should organize it like this. She like organizes my fridge and she gets paid for doing this, but she also DJs at the weekend. And that is how she's decided that she wants to live her life, and she loves the flexibility of seeing lots of different clients on a daily basis, going to their house, helping them clean, helping them organizing, but also being able to work on her passion project on the weekends. More and more people are desperate for finding services like that online. So are you someone who can fulfill those abilities? There are platforms such as TaskRabbit, Care.com. There's a number of these different platforms that are out there which people are looking for specific tasks, and they range so much, and they're looking for people who can fulfill those tasks. Are you someone who's able to do that? Rates are anywhere from 15 to 20 pounds per hour to up to like 150 pounds for a job. And I have found people in my local area that I literally love for doing certain jobs for me, and I've given them thousands at this point in time because they've done such great jobs and they're really good, and I trust them and I love it. Got a guy who helps me to build like IKEA wardrobes and stuff like that. I've got someone who's helped me put up curtains. I've had someone who's fixed certain things for me, and again I've talked to someone who's helped me organize my home, and they have definitely made extra hundreds here and there from doing that. This is a super specific way of making extra income, and that is by pet sitting or home sitting. I think that this is the easiest gig as long as you don't have a pet allergy or hate dogs. But home sitting, now that one's easy. That one's too easy. Basically sit down in someone's house and look after it and get paid to do it. And often people do this when they want to keep their house occupied when they are traveling away, if they're worried about parcels going missing, or if they're worried about their home maybe being at risk of being broken into, or they just don't like to keep their home empty. This is an official job and a way that you can make additional income without actually having to do that much. Dog walkers can charge anywhere from 10 to 20 pounds, and they can do walks of 45 minutes to an hour, and there's websites such as gowalkies.app. And yes, people are looking for people to walk their dogs. And imagine you walk 5 people's dogs. All of those people give you 20 pounds, 20, 40, 60, 80, 100 pounds for an hour for walking dogs. And I see people doing this. I've seen a person with like multiple dogs walking, looking pretty posh because they're making a raking doing that. And again, there are dog owners and pet owners who just need a helping hand, and maybe you're able to provide that. This is one that I think is really important, and I think it's for using a skill that you already have outside of working hours. And this may be for someone who's got a specific technical skill. And I think it's really important for people to reflect on what they do. I think people underestimate how amazing that they actually are and how amazing their skills are. If you are great at Excel or PowerPoint presentations, creating formulas, doing a write-up or copywriting, motion graphics or drawing or illustration, there are people right now who are looking for those skills. Again, time is money, and people can't necessarily learn how to pick up those skills, so they find people who can do that skill better and faster than them. Platforms such as Fiverr.com are so amazing. I use it all the time. I found great people on there who have done designs, who have done picture editing for me, who have like updated a spreadsheet for me, who have helped me fix bug problems on my website, who have done so many different things, and they get paid for doing that. I've even found video editors who I use consistently on there. And to be honest, the sky's the limit. I've seen people who've now become full-time business owners by having a Fiverr Pro account. They're really good at what they do. They now also outsource their like copywriting, and they've literally made a ton by using the skills that they already have, particularly skills that they've built from their 9 to 5 job. So if you can write, translate, create social media posts, do marketing, do spreadsheets, edit images. The sky is the limit, and actually how much additional income you can make on platforms such as Fiverr and People Per Hour. So this one's quite close to home to me, and I speak more or less to like the ladies out there. But babysitting is still very, very lucrative. I have a great babysitter now. I've been talking about this, and you know, babysitters can make from like £50 to £100 to £200 for like a day of babysitting. It's obviously hard to find people that people trust, but I do think that if you think that you are skilled with children, are willing to go through some kind of training, have got kids in your local area, why not pick up babysitting as an additional thing to do? There's a platform that I actually use and really like, such as Koru Kids and childcare.com. The next thing that you can do is sell content that you have made for others. Now this is really specific for people who are either in the world of arts, but if you are a photographer, a videographer, a musician, more of you, I'm sure, will be aware of your ability to sell your work in a way where you receive a license and a royalty fee. There are many platforms now that will buy the work that you create. Capture short pieces of footage and content, upload them onto platforms such as Shutterstock, ClickSnap, Epidemic Sound, and a bunch of different websites. You can make money every single time people use the work that you create. And this is a way that you can actually make passive income. You create a piece of content one time, but lots of people purchase it over and over again. This also applies to people who are really good at design. So for instance, I might buy fonts once in a while, and I know the person who makes the font makes money from the font they make, and they make money over it over and over again. Now I hope that makes sense. This is maybe for people who are more into the world of creation, but this is a way of making money where you don't have to be in front of the camera, but maybe behind the camera or behind the screen, making things that people use in front of the screen. And that also includes musicians who can sell their beats, their sound effects. Give your opinion online. A lot of people and a lot of companies are really interested in receiving research and opinions. So you can register for a number of different focus groups where people just ask you about stuff, like secret shopping. You take part in the research and you get money from doing that. You can get paid up to £50 per hour by literally just filling in some questions and being willing to give your opinion on a subject matter. Websites such as takepartinresearch.co.uk are a great place to start. Nowadays, I think there are a lot of different ways that you can make additional income, which doesn't necessarily mean that you have to be famous or be an influencer to be able to do that. But what you do want to recognize that you'll probably have to exchange your time for some money. So what you want to do is increase the amount that you're getting per task, or it's a task that you could easily do and isn't going to encroach into your actual life. Okay guys, that is the end of this video. I hope I gave you a couple of ideas when it comes to making some cash via side hustles. I have talked about like some of the affiliate income, some of the stuff that you can do online, but I wanted to give you some like practical stuff that I think anybody and everybody can do. Whether or not you want to do that is a question, but if you want to hear more like internet-based ways of making money or more about passive income, leave a comment in the section below, as well as leave a like, and I will get to doing my research on that. All right guys, thank you so much for watching, and in the meantime, I'll catch you all later. Bye.